You should avoid cold shock. Hey guys, what is up? It's Agozem here. If you're new to my channel, my name is Chagozem Ezigwe. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about do's and don'ts for low porosity hair. In my previous video, which is over here, I talked about what hair porosity is in detail. So I'll advise you to go watch that video first before watching this one, because I think you would understand more if you watch that one first. Or if you already know what hair porosity is all about, then you can continue watching. With that being said, I have low porosity hair. So since I have low porosity hair, I have experience. I've managed my hair all through the many years I've been natural. Low porosity hair signifies that the cuticles are flat, making it difficult for products and moisture to penetrate the hair easily. With that being said, I'm going to go over the do's first before going over the don'ts. Before I dive right in, I'd like you guys to do one thing and one thing only for me. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd like you to do that for me. Since my hair is low in porosity, I decided to talk about the do's and don'ts for low porosity hair, because I've been natural for many years and I decided to talk about this, and everything I'll be talking about now is my experience all through my years of being natural. So these do's and don'ts are very authentic and they're coming from the right person, so enjoy this video. Number one thing you should do to your low porosity hair is that you should wash your hair and also moisturize your hair with warm water, because the cuticle layers of the low porosity hair are flat, almost short. The only thing that can resurrect it is heat. So it's advisable to wash your hair with warm water. The warm water is going to raise your hair cuticles, making it possible for your deep conditioner that you're going to use afterwards to penetrate your hair, for the leave-in conditioner you're going to use and moisturize your hair to penetrate your hair, and for the oils you're going to use afterwards to penetrate your hair. So use warm water to wash and moisturize your hair. The second thing you need to make sure you always do to your low porosity hair is that you need to do your treatment with heat. You need to do your deep conditioning with heat. You need to do your pre-poo with heat. You need heat. You need that heat, sis. You need it to raise your hair cuticles. Like I said, heat is the only thing that can raise your hair cuticles, enabling products to penetrate, go in there and do their job. Heat I'm talking about here is not direct. It's not heat from your blow dryer. No, not that kind of heat. For example, you can use body heat to deep condition your hair. After applying your deep conditioner, make sure you wear maybe 1 or 2 plastic bags. After that, you can maybe do your workout, or you go out, or maybe go about your daily activities. That way, the heat that your body is generating is going to raise your hair cuticles, allowing the deep conditioner that you applied on your hair to penetrate your hair and do its job. You can also use a hooded dryer, and you can also use a steam cap. This is my steam cap over here. Hope you guys can see it. It has a plastic bag inside. It has a regulator, so I use this to regulate the heat. So this is what it looks like. So this is the plug. I just plug it in to source of electricity and I steam my hair, and the product penetrates my hair, and my hair is happy, and I'm happy. This is very, very cheap, in my opinion, for the work it does, and it's very, very cheap. The third thing you should always do to your low porosity hair is that try as much as possible to use products that have very light consistency, or products that are very, very moisturizing. Use products that have really light consistency so that they'll be able to penetrate your hair. Even when you use heat, there are products that are so thick that won't penetrate your hair. You notice that after even steaming your hair, you will still see white product residues on the surface of your hair. That means that the product did not penetrate so well. The product was so thick for your low porosity hair. There are ingredients you should watch out for whenever you're purchasing product. These ingredients are very important. They must be present for you to get the amount of hydration and moisture from a particular product. Make sure the product has water, honey, aloe vera, glycerin, cetyl alcohol, panthenol, really light oils like jojoba oil, avocado oil, olive oil. These ingredients are very, very important for low porosity. These ingredients I just mentioned should be the first 5 to 10 ingredients listed on the ingredients list. So watch out for these ingredients whenever you're purchasing product. The fourth thing you should make sure you do to your low porosity hair is that you should clarify your hair. Clarifying over here means cleansing your hair thoroughly to remove impurities, blocking your hair from receiving moisture and products. Out of all the 3 hair porosities, low, high, medium or normal, low porosity hair tends to have build up easily compared to the other 2 hair porosities. This is because the cuticle layers are flat, making it impossible for product to penetrate when the hair is very dirty. Products just tend to sit on the surface of the hair, making it difficult for other products to penetrate the hair. So if you keep using your butters, your oils, your conditioners, they keep sitting on the surface of your hair, making your hair really dirty and very gooey, making it difficult for your hair to be moisturized. So it's advisable to clarify your hair from time to time, at least once a month. To clarify your hair, you can use surface-based shampoos, you can use clays, example bentonite clays, Brasso clays, kaolin clays. You can use that to cleanse your hair. If you love Ayurveda like me, you can also use shikakai or aritha to cleanse your hair. The fifth thing you should do to your low porosity hair is that you should do protein treatment. Yes sis, you should do protein treatment in as much as you have low porosity hair. Protein is not the enemy here. Use hydrolyzed protein whenever you want to do protein treatment. You can use products that contain this kind of protein: keratin, wheat protein, silk protein. These sources of proteins are very good. They are hydrolyzed. They've been reduced to the level that your hair can absorb, so they are not too large to penetrate your hair cuticles. So you are safe to use this. My favorite product for protein treatment is Afroji Keratin 2 Minutes Reconstructor. I totally love this product. It's very good. I use this once every 3 months and it's perfect for me. If you love herbs like I do, you can try out henna, cassia, brahmi, fenugreek. These herbs contain good amounts of protein that is beneficial to the hair, so you can try them out if you want to. After doing a protein treatment, make sure you use a protein-free deep conditioner. The protein-free deep conditioner is going to help you strike a protein moisture balance. My final point for the do's is that you should use water-based leave-in conditioners. Since leave-in conditioners are what we apply and leave on our hair, we don't wash them off. It's advisable to get leave-in conditioner that is water-based so that it can give your hair the moisture that it needs, also so that it can penetrate your hair easily. This leave-in conditioner right here is the perfect leave-in conditioner for my low porosity hair. On Jackie's Quench leave-in conditioner, I totally love this leave-in conditioner. It's very hydrating and it's not so pricey. It's very good and it lasts. Very little goes a long way, so you can check this out if you want to. Bonus point, try and use lightweight oils. Heavy oils like castor oil, shea oil has a very thick consistency and it's going to take time to penetrate your hair cuticles. Jojoba oil, olive oil, avocado oil, these are really light oils that can easily penetrate your flat hair cuticles if you have low porosity hair. So let me dive right into the don'ts. You should avoid cold shock. The first time I heard this, I was like, what is cold shock? Like, you're not using cold water to shock yourself. Cold shock is when you use cold water to do your final rinse after you've washed your hair with warm water. Remember, warm water raises your hair cuticles and cold water closes your hair cuticles. If you use cold water to do your final rinse after washing your hair, it's going to close your hair cuticles, preventing the leave-in conditioner and the oils you're going to use afterwards to moisturize your hair from penetrating your hair. So the oils and the leave-in conditioners are just going to sit on the surface of your hair, preventing them from penetrating your hair. The products are not on the surface of your hair as build-ups. The second thing you shouldn't do to your hair is that you should not moisturize on wet hair. Rather, you should moisturize on damp hair. Moisturizing on wet hair is going to prevent the product from penetrating your hair. The product is just going to slide off your hair surface. When it is wasted, product did not penetrate at the end of the day. So do not moisturize on wet hair. Moisturize on damp hair, that way product will penetrate your hair effectively. The third point is do not overuse protein-based products on your hair. Low porosity hair is prone to protein overload, so you shouldn't overuse protein-based products on your hair. When next you're purchasing products, read the ingredients. If the first 5 ingredients are protein, please do not purchase that product because it's not the best product for your hair. While purchasing product, make sure that the first 5 to 10 ingredients ingredients that will give your hair moisture. The fourth and the final thing you shouldn't do to your hair: do not moisturize your hair using the LOC method. Rather, use the LCO method. LOC method of moisturizing is advisable for those that have high porosity hair because they need all the thick consistencies to seal their moisture because their cuticles are very wide open. For low porosity hair, since the cuticle layers are flat, it's advisable to use the LCO method instead of the LOC method of moisturizing. I've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.